Hey there, and good morning or afternoon, wherever the hell you are. And yeah, just woke up at 4 o'clock. Sorry, 4 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday, and I would have made a video last night, but I did a 3-hour podcast with two of my friends. And one lesson learned is don't trust two of your fat black friends with alcohol, and a 24 cut pizza got involved, and possibly a goat. I'm not sure, but as I get ready for work, just some quick hair of the dog with my buddy Boston Cranberry, and these fuckers went through my damn alcohol like it was a friggin' buffet.
It's a buffet, man.
But yeah, I got up a little bit early and wanted to do something real quick before work since I am trying to put out one video a day. But that's the thing, when I'm doing a podcast on the side, plus I hit the gym for a quick hour, and now I have to be back to work in the morning. It's hard, but as always, I cannot complain. And real quick, a shout out. I just woke up, my phone went off, and it says on my prayer review, somebody named B-Dub, he's like, "Hey dude, I subscribed to you, and thanks for your channel, hope it blows up." And he's officially number 40, and hey, like I said, it's not a big number for some people, but dude, that just made my entire morning, and just waking up to that before I go to work. Another person saying, "I like your video, hope your channel blows up," and dude, people like you are why I do this for. Thank you. Have a drink, enjoy the intro while I wake up real quick and get ready for my job I hate, and yeah, here's my intro. So speaking of assholes, as I just wake up and get ready for work, more bullshit with this guy Ezra Miller, and we're gonna get into this shit with the whole Hollywood Reporter and stuff, because this has been a big thing. I'm still fascinated with the whole now with Batgirl, and I guess they did have a Supergirl project, and that's been scrapped and stuff. But why is Ezra Miller so protected? I have no idea, except the fact that maybe he's part of a certain community and shit, and he tries using these they pronouns and everything. But this guy is just constantly part of more controversy, and just why does he keep fucking up so bad, and why are they still keeping him on as the Flash?
I wonder.
Nobody knows why, except for, maybe he's got some skeletons buried in his backyard about certain Hollywood producers or something. I don't know, but as I said, I'm going to do this real quick and then get ready for work, and I hope you guys like this and everything. But, so right here, Warner Brothers is weighing fate of The Flash as its Ezra Miller problem grows. Now, the studio is pondering 3 paths forward for the expensive DC film, with a worst case, if unlikely, scenario, including the project being scrapped. Now, I'm only guessing, reportedly, they've dumped about $200 million already into this fucking film, and
A lot of money.
maybe it's too hard to refilm it, which again, who knows at this point. But the biggest thing for people is why not go get Grant Gustin from the CW show, just fucking recast Miller at this point, because there's just so much shit going on with this guy that most people are like, if you do release the film with everything going on with him, it's really going to make people just not want to see it. I mean, people are already questioning right now DC. I have no idea how or why DC is fucking up this bad, and why DC has this, technically speaking, guys, you have, compared to Marvel, a better cast of characters, Superman and Batman and the Flash and Wonder Woman and fucking Aquaman. These are, at this point, well-known characters, and technically speaking, these characters have been around longer than Marvel. I mean, why DC is not dominating now is just goddamn, guys. But the fate of Warner Brothers' The Flash hangs in the balance as actor Ezra Miller continues to make headlines for their, controversial behavior. And again, this is why I get pissed off for. When I hear things like their behavior, okay, so what 2 people, what 3 people, when their behavior, right? Because, okay, if you said, it's their people broke into a house, well, how many people broke into a house? Or, okay. So, but there's more various arrests, and an outright shelving of the film is not off the table, though it would be a last resort. Warner Brothers and their new parent company, Warner Bros. Discovery, had hoped to avoid the line of fire because its big-budget DC superhero tentpole isn't scheduled to theaters until June 23rd of 2023. And again, I'm recording this in August of 2022, so it's damn near a fucking year still coming out, which, okay. Now right here. On Monday, the actor was charged with felony burglary, and on Wednesday, Rolling Stone reported that Vermont's Child Services Department is attempting to locate a mother and 3 children who have allegedly been residing at Miller's farm in the state. So apparently, I guess he's got a pot farm or something in Vermont, but now, okay, another fucking charge. Jesus Christ. A source with knowledge of the situation, says the studio appears to be preparing for 3 possible scenarios. First, Warner's has received indications that the 29-year-old Miller, whose mother has accompanied the actor in recent days, will seek professional help after returning home to their farm in Vermont after being away. If that happens, Miller, who goes by they/them pronouns, could give an interview at some point explaining their erratic behavior over the past few years. Right. The actor could then do limited press for The Flash and then the movie would open in cinemas as planned. And before I go into number 2, again, this is a problem. No matter how much, fucking therapy or something or help that you friggin' need, it's like how many more, fucking assault charges and stuff and things that you've done and now shit with children involved. It's like, okay, you need help. But, right, man, people are just, again, with the virus going on and shit and the economy, because, again, guys, boy, I'm about to get ready for work and stuff, and I keep working endless overtime and shit, and I just keep seeing gas rising and food rising, and my taxes are rising, and people are tired of fucking these privileged people, like, oh, they need help and stuff. Well, sorry, but people just have no fucks given at this point.
No fucks given.
Now, the second scenario, even if Miller doesn't reach out for help, Warner's could still release the film, and they could. But don't expect Miller to play a prominent role in terms of marketing and publicity. Yeah, waking up. Nor would Miller be the Flash going forward, as a role would be recast in future projects. So I guess maybe during a film, have him die or multiverse, or again, film one scene with him running to the Speed Force or something and showing Grant Gustin. The third situation is, with Miller deteriorates further, this would see Warner's killing the movie outright, as it could not be reshot with a different actor. I mean, you could, though, but nah. Miller plays prominent multiple characters and is in almost every scene. Scrapping a $200 million film would be an unprecedented move. All this comes amid changes at Warner Brothers. Earlier this month, newly minted Warner Brothers CEO David Zaslav stunned Hollywood when shoving Batgirl, a $90 million movie made for HBO Max, which... yeah, now they're saying it's made for HBO Max, but we all knew that this was supposed to hit theaters. You're not going to dump $90 million to an HBO Max movie. They just wouldn't. They'd make it a TV show or something. But okay. Now, unlike The Flash, there was no individual controversy involved. Rather, Zaslav opted to take a tax write-down on the project and pivot away from making streaming films for DC. Miller was cast as a Flash in 2014. The same year, a solo Flash film was announced, and guys, we're in 2022, and it's supposed to come out in 2023. It's been fucking, wow, almost 9 years. Holy shit.
What's taking so long?
The development process has been long, you think, with multiple directors coming and going over the years until It filmmaker Andy Muschietti finally got the project off the ground. Now, of course, the biggest draw was bringing back Michael Keaton. In fact, he was supposed to be in Batgirl, and everyone's like, yeah, Michael Keaton and stuff, he's back, and it's been 30-some-odd years, and the original, well, not the original, but for a generation, the original Batman. But the film also stars Michael Keaton back as Batman for the first time in 30 years. Also, Ben Affleck as a different version of Batman. Miller began their time as the Flash with cameos in Batman vs. Superman and Justice League, and Suicide Squad, both in 2016, before having a main role in Justice League a year later. The Flash is a key film for Warner Brothers, as it's expected to chart a new course for the DC Extended Universe. The film has been testing well, even as Miller's legal woes continue to mount. And this was the problem with this shit, is because, everyone knows, well, comic book readers and even casual people heard about Flashpoint. Flashpoint was basically, Barry runs back in time, saves his mother, and resets the entire timeline. This would have gave, DC a good way to clean the slate. They could have had, a new Batman or something, or a new Superman, or just a brand new universe with Flashpoint and stuff. And that was supposed to be their way of, cheating and just resetting a very shitty current DC timeline and stuff. But, Earlier this week, word broke that they had been charged with felony burglary after allegedly stealing bottles of alcohol from a Vermont home. According to a police report posted online, Vermont State Police were notified May 1st. Now, this was May 1st, and we're just hearing about this in August. And this is a problem people have with the whole, everyone knows that celebrities and stuff and people with money are privileged, but, Joe Blow, people like us, shit, if I went to somebody's fucking home and stole alcohol and shit, it wouldn't take them 5 months to friggin' take care of it. So, Residents of County Road in Stamford, Vermont reported that several bottles of alcohol were taken from within the residence while the homeowners were not present.
I mean, now you're just stealing my alcohol.
Following an investigation that included taking statements and reviewing surveillance videos, police found probable cause to charge Miller. So yeah, I wonder what videos were found of Miller and police reports and stuff, and boy, if this happened to any one of us. Now, the latest charge comes after Miller was arrested in April in Hawaii and booked on suspicion of second-degree assault, per the Hawaii Island Police Department. The incident reportedly occurred when Miller was attending a get-together at a private residence and became irate after being asked to leave and reportedly threw a chair, striking a 26-year-old female on the forehead.
Let me guess. Spring cleaning.
And that came on the heels of a March arrest on charges of disorderly conduct and harassment following an incident at a karaoke bar in Hawaii. Now, at least one project has already distanced itself from Miller. On Tuesday, the Salvador Dali biopic Daliland left Miller out of its press release in an announcement about its debut at the Toronto Film Festival. The actor plays a younger version of the artist in the project, which stars Ben Kingsley as an older version. So, boy, despite the arrest and headlines about Miller's alleged behavior, Zaslav said last week that the studio is committed to theatrical releases for a number of DC projects, including The Flash. And, of course, CAA, which represents Miller, didn't immediately respond to a request for a comment. What a shock, right?
I am shocked and saddened by that.
And that's it, guys. I mean, nobody knows. It just, I don't know. Is it a monetary thing? I mean, okay, $200 million, a lot of fucking money, but they've been scrapping projects left and right and doing things and even now with, like, supposedly Ben Affleck was done, never come back as Batman. Now reportedly he's been coming out, for being Batman and Aquaman. Like, it screams desperation because these guys, they don't know what to fucking do. And at this point, for press and PR, most people, it seems like all the channels I watch and people I see on Twitter are like, guys, fucking with all the damage control that this guy is doing and stuff, just recast it, bring somebody else in, or kill the project. And it seems like at this point, if you have Flash come out with, and who knows, the funny part is, this is supposed to be coming out in June of 2023. Between now and June, what else is this guy gonna fucking do? Is he gonna kill somebody? Is he gonna do more charges and even the current charges? People nowadays aren't as forgiving as they used to be with the age of the Hollywood star and stuff and the age of the actor. And people right now have way too much access to social media and news articles and stuff. And people, I mean, automatically they're like, well, this guy's already, has child issues that are being accused of him and shit, and now friggin' more fucking assault charges and stuff, and just everything around him. A lot of people, the Flash is still targeted towards teenagers and younger kids, and people are gonna be like, well, I'm not taking my kids to see a Flash movie when the main actor is doing horrible shit to children and attacking people and whatnot. And like I said, it's not the back in the days of the 80s and 90s where you can be a Hollywood star and just be a total fucking douchebag and do whatever you want, and automatically, your brand name and stuff and your name will carry people to see a movie. That's all fucking changed.
Things are changing.
If you want to be an asshole and do this kind of horrible shit, people are not going to forgive you. And no matter what help you may fucking get, people are like, nah, we're sick of this bullshit. So there's plenty of actors in Hollywood that aren't doing this shit, and it does scream desperation to the fact that, well, okay, this person is doing these things, they're being charged for multiple situations, but we can't go after them, we can't say anything bad about them because they're part of a certain protected community. And that's another thing people are sick and tired of, because if this was, call it what it is, guys, it's 2022. If this was a straight white male, just an average fucking dude, this guy would have been slayed left and right across Hollywood, across the internet, across news articles. But because, he's part of a certain community, he gets immunity from doing horrible shit and bullshit.
Bullshit.
So yeah, have to clean up, get ready and everything as always, and finish my cranberry Boston and checking the time. And Jesus Christ, man, I hate just like working 6 days a week. But as always, thank you for officially now 40 subscribers, and my buddy there, B-Dub. Again, dude, he made my whole fucking morning awesome. But yeah, I gotta finish this, get dressed, and as usual, have a long day at work. After I get out of work, make another fucking video, and just, so, the spiel, as always, let me pull out Bender, because Bender's my buddy, and I love Futurama, but you know what it is? Give me 1 second.
This calls for a drink.
Ah, here are the dog. I'm going back to work.